when you're ready.
The telecast of the following game is brought to you by Power and Water. Power and Water Corporation, supporting local football and saving water.
Good afternoon and welcome to ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia season. Your game for telecast brought to you by Power and Water today is the Round 9 Community Cup match between the Nyirripi Demons and the Areyonga Desert Tigers. My name is Stan Coombe, and joining me in commentary, someone that knows Central Australian football inside out, as a premiership player in both the town and country competitions, and a Premier League coach with the Rovers Football Club in the previous 2 seasons, Sean Cusack. Great to have your expertise on board, and really just great to have television coverage of local footy.
Yeah, what a day for the local footy. Fantastic day too out there. Great conditions, and yeah, should be a really good game this one, Stan, today.
A little bit riding on it too. Nyirripi are 4th on the ladder, 4 wins, 4 losses. Areyonga 5th, 2 wins, 6 losses. Nyirripi can seal a final spot if they win. Areyonga need to win just to stay alive.
Yeah, it's a mini final really. You know, they'll be very competitive. The last game was within 11 or 12 points, so this game here should be a ripper. And look, if Areyonga want to play finals, they'll have to get over the line today.
Certainly look pretty organised in the change rooms before the game. They've got a quality coach. Both of them have got quality coaches. Alfie Inkamala, a legend for Western Aranda football over the years, coaching Areyonga. And Lloyd Spencer, who's coached many a club at the helm of Nyirripi, but a Unamu premiership coach, but he's coached Areyonga himself in the past.
Yeah, he's a wanted man. We had a good chat before the game, and apparently there's 3 clubs after him for next season, so let's see where his journey ends up next year as well.
Umpires waiting out in the middle. The players are all in position. Everyone's just about ready to go. We'll be acknowledging the Power and Water scoreboard during the course of the call. Thanking that organisation for its great support. Great to see local football broadcast on television. The bell's gone once. We're still waiting on the umpy.
It's funny though, Stan, when we were in the change rooms earlier on, the Nyirripi Demons have got their new set of Guernseys, so they look pretty smick out there.
And big Warwick Williams to do the ruck work, and the big Enigma gets the first tap down. It's roved out of the middle for Areyonga by Patrick Abbott. 1 bounce, left boot, goes inside 50. Few up in the marking contest. The ball spills out towards the defensive 50 for Nyirripi, and they'll be able to get it out of defence. Kick goes back into the middle. Possession taken by Clive Coulthard there for Areyonga. Gave the handball off. A little short pass over the top taken by Patrick Abbott. He'll turn around and play on and spirit low towards the attacking 50. And his teammates taking the mark very low to the ground. Joe Nipper played on. Another little pass back over the top. Back to Clive Coulthard, who had something to do with the start of that passage of play just behind the centre circle.
Look, I tell you what, Areyonga at the moment are using the footy really well. And you know, to stop the attack at half back there and then bring the footy, and now they're having a shot. That was all because of the great skills that they showed.
It's gone for the torpedo. Doesn't quite get onto it and doesn't quite have the distance. Pack of players. Fist on the footy in the goal square. Ian Brown back there for Nyirripi. Got a handball away. Tapped further on for them by Kieran Michaels, their captain today. Couldn't clear it out of the defensive 50 though. Tigers forwards working hard to try and keep it in. Pretty hard to get a clean possession out there at the moment. Eventually the footy does fall Coulthard's way again for Areyonga. And again he finds Patrick Abbott, so those two having a lot of influence.
Yeah, they're cleaning up the ball really well. By foot, they're a really handy side at the moment, and there was really good forward pressure to keep it in there. Now they get an opportunity to have a shot. Look, fantastic pressure, and they'll need to keep that up all day.
Patrick Abbott, a noted goal kicker in both town and bush footy over the years. Probably right on his distance limit here. I think he'll let this one go for maybe just inside 50. Man on the mark, about 47 out. Abbott looking for the distance. Didn't get the kick right, but gee, luck's a fortune there. Fell lovely for a teammate. And Areyonga got a shot at goal from in the pocket. Number 21, Nathaniel Tajana. There's a famous surname as far as Areyonga footy goes. Great Simon Dejana, back in the late 90s, early thousands. Was a great player for Pioneer and Areyonga, and the Desert Tigers get the first goal of the game. Nathaniel Dejana's kicked it. One straight goal, 6. Nyirripi yet to score on the Power and Water scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. Look, they look up and about at the moment, Stan, just with their skills. They were front when the ball was kicked into the forward line, and Dejana took the mark. He presented really well. He was out in front, he led hard, and he took the grab. So, really good start by the Areyonga Tigers here today.
The Tigers, the team that desperately needs to win. Nyirripi will get another opportunity even if they lose this game. Titchikala, the bottom side in the last minor round game, but wouldn't be expecting Titchikala to do you any favours. The big enigma, Warwick Williams. Well, he's got his hand on both centre bounces. Got some distance with that. Kieran Michaels tried to track it up, couldn't get it. Wayne Jackety got the footy for Areyonga. A little handball over to Ronnie Abbott. He'll kick it up to the wing. Patrick Abbott getting a lot of football. 2 bounces. A third bounce as he runs past the half-forward flank, about 65 out from goal. Centering kick looks good for Gordon Long. The big fella puts up the big hands and takes the mark about 30, 35 metres, straight out in front of goal.
Yeah, Dejana and Long, it looks like they might be a bit of a problem for the Nyirripi Demons today. Strong marks, and Patrick Abbott, fantastic.
And Coulthard setting it up in the middle at the moment. Gordon Long puts it straight over the goal umpire's head. Couple of quick goals to start the game for the Areyonga Desert Tigers. 2 straight 12 to Nyirripi, yet to score.
Yeah, it just came off half-back again. They've kicked both the goals from half-back. Really good possession footy. They're running the ball out wide and then they're bringing it into their key forwards. That was a fantastic kick by Patrick Abbott then. He just, the forwards are presenting and the way they go. Long was, he was a little bit under pressure there, but he took a nice, strong overhead mark there.
12-point lead to the Desert Tigers on the Power and Water scoreboard. And Warwick Williams, he's certainly doing his bit for Nyirripi in at the centre bounce.
Yeah, they just need to get the little fellas around him.
The big enigma does it again. Taps it down. He has a second go. That one put it into the path of Kieran Michaels. Left the footy behind. Wayne Jackety gets it for the Desert Tigers. A handball over to Aaron Tiger from the Desert Tigers. He's kicked to the half-forward flank. Coming out to meet the footy. Daniel Polson did very well there for Nyirripi. Kept moving it forward in their direction. Then later, magnificent tackle. The umpires let play go on. Aaron Tiger picks up for Areyonga. Gets it over to Patrick Abbott. Another possession for him in the centre of the ground. Pass fell just short of the intended target, but taken nicely. The spin forward and the kick up towards the attacking 50. The Tigers go off the ground. Get a little bit further forward, now within goal-kicking range. Stolen away there by Francis Badarinja. Cleared a path, got it to the teammate. Outside and kick in towards goals, offline and through for 1 behind.
Yeah, half back again. Patrick Abbott involved, getting it up to their forwards and giving themselves every opportunity to score. And that was a little bit unlucky there. Dejana was around the play there, so fantastic effort by Areyonga.
Demons needing to make something happen at half forward after Big Warwick gets the footy at least in that direction. There's going to be a free kick for Nyirripi. I thought, holding the ball. He was reefed off that one. The Tigers get the free kick. Dickie Dixon with it. Kick bounce just inside the attacking 50. Nice pick up for Nyirripi by Ian Brown. Pass is good too out to centre wing, taken by Dwayne Brown. Good shepherding from Warwick Williams. Gave Brown a little bit of time. Hooked the kick around the body. It bounced inside the attacking 50. Ooh, body clash there. Big Lance Turner throwing it around the former coach. He's cleared a path for his teammates. Ooh. Chance here now for the Demons. Kick forward by Daniel Polson was smothered. Another attempt there with the fresh air shot. Now the Tigers able to paddle the ball out to the half-back line and clear the danger. Nelson Periluta with it. Pop the handball up into the centre ground. Taken nicely there by Wayne Jackety. Jackety gets the football over towards Sean Brumby. So Brumby on the gallop through the middle. Passes to centre half forward. Coulthard marks. Slick handball on, and now the kick inside 50. Gordon Long there takes another mark inside 50 for the Tigers.
Gee, they were under pressure there in their back line there, the Areyonga Tigers, and good pressure by the Nyirripi forwards, throwing everything at it to try and get their opportunity to score. But that half back line again cleaned up again for him. Stan, it was fantastic.
Gordon Long, nice looking kick for goal. He's got 2 on the board, and the Areyonga Desert Tigers have got 3. They move on to 3-1-19. Nyirripi yet to score on the Power and Water scoreboard.
Long proving a bit of a headache up there. 2 big, strong marks and 2 goals. Dejana and Long working really well up there in that forward line for the Tigers.
With Long probably playing more the half-forward role and floating inside the attacking 50, whereas Dejana, the one coming out of the goal square.
Yeah, it's sort of the best of both worlds. You got a half-forward who moves and goes up forward, runs back, and then they've got a big target up at full forward. So what a great setup they've got at the moment.
A little bit of a mismatch here in the ruck. Wayne Jackety is giving away a few inches to Warwick Williams. He's certainly getting his hands on it, but they're not necessarily getting the centre clearances, and he punts that one forward as well. Another example of how Areyonga reading it, though. Patrick Abbott was just sitting there waiting for it, and he's picked up a free kick taken high, and his pass is good. Back to the bloke who went for the ruck, Wayne Jackety. Short pass. Clive Coulthard cut it off before it got to his teammate. Then he feeds the handball off. Attempted kick forward there by Gordon Long is smothered. Ian Brown onto it for Nyirripi. High kick back towards the wing. That's turned out all right for Nyirripi. That next kick hasn't. Taken by the Tigers at half-back. A little bit complacent there running out of defence, Caesar Dixon. Then he put on the afterburners. And he'll pass off and find Wayne Jackety starting to pick up a bit of footy. What he's giving away in the ruck contest, he's picking up around the ground, I suppose, for Areyonga. That might be the way that they're looking at it.
Yeah, well, that's it. He's creating a lot of opportunities when they run forward and run back, and he gets back and helps the back line, and he's got a good kick on him as well.
Nice pass forward, but the mark's been spilt there for the Demons, and now they're outnumbered 2-on-1. A second gets over to assist. A soccer off the ground, cleared the ball forward. Now they have the numbers advantage further of the wing. Big Warwick Williams takes it. He's galloping off, gets the kick inside 50. He's put it out in front of a couple of teammates. The foot race on. The Tigers get there first. They'll be able to clear off the half-back line again. Once again, Jackety involved. Put the handball out in front of Ronnie Abbott. He gathers just backward of the centre circle. Player running loose for him out on the Todd Riverside wing. Nice pass out in front. Taken on the run by Clifton Brumby, who kicks up towards the attacking 50 now for the Demons. Oh, good tackling there by the Tigers. The umpire let things go on. Nyirripi still under a lot of pressure. Ian Brown there. He thought he had it socket out of his hands. The umpire still letting play go as the Demons eventually get a little kick away towards centre half back. Jarvis Gorey after it under pressure, being dispossessed. The Tigers forward again. Clive Coulthard lifted the eyes, saw a player loose in space, put it on the chest, and now they'll play on and run into an open goal. Another one on the board for the Tigers.
Yeah, bit of a shimmy there. Got around the player and puts it straight through for a goal. As you can see, there was a lot more yellow Guernseys over there in that where that pack situation was, and they used each other really well and got it out the back and away they went.
The goal kicker was John Mulder with the number 17 jumper on 4-1-25 Areyonga. Nyirripi yet to score on the Power and Water scoreboard. Just looking at what we've seen, Sean, you would actually think that maybe Areyonga were the team higher on the ladder.
Yeah, it's just been played pretty much in one half of the field as well, and like you've said, Stan, the rucks, Nyirripi winning the rucks, it's just got to get those little players down on the ground to, the rucks have got to get it to those small blokes so they can get it moving forward. Different ruckman this time.
And Big Warwick Williams has actually come out onto
the wing. He did some good stuff there earlier on the wing, so they've made the change.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his preferred position. And the Tigers actually win their first tap, though, so the changes work for them. Clifton Brumby with a big punch forward, a tackle applied there. The umpire's going to pay the free kick and the advantage taken for the Tigers by Patrick Abbott. Another pinpoint pass from him. Hits the teammate on the chest on the lead out from full forward, and we've got a shot at goal coming up from directly in front, 25 metres out.
It's Jamie Kitson, I think.
Again, the foot skills of Patrick Abbott.
Yep.
So Kitson, he kicks him. Another goal on the board to Areyonga. What a flying start. 5-1-31 to Nyirripi yet to score on the Power and Water scoreboard. They've got it ticking over. Yeah,
the Demons look a bit shell-shocked at the moment. They're up and about, the Tigers. Just their ability to use the footy, and they're backing their forwards in, and the forwards are backing themselves in. So, look, it's going to be pretty hard to peg them back. Nyirripi are going to have to do something.
And they want to watch out here, Nyirripi. I reckon they've got 5 players in the centre square at the moment. Big Warwick Williams want to get back into the ruck. The bloke that went for the last ruck contest just gets out of the square in time. Shane Brown.
Yep.
So straight away after one ruck contest, they get the big fella back in there. He was winning them.
Well, yeah, that's all it is just getting those little fellas around him and he'll be fine.
That's a bit more even too, and so is the height match up there against Clifton Brumby. Nyirripi might get the centre clearance this time without winning the ruck contest. Oh, trying to barge his way through there at centre half forward was big one, Sebastian Wilson. Areyonga going forward. Gordon Long receives the handball at centre half forward. It's a high kick off the side of the boot. Kieran Michaels up high.
Maybe that'll give him a bit of confidence there. There was a ripping mark.
Out to big Warwick Williams. He takes the mark on the half-back flank.
Look at the kick.
Space everywhere here. Lukey Gallagher now with the footy for Nyirripi. He passes towards centre half forward, and that's a good mark. Full stretch running with the flight of the footy. Taken in the hands on the 50-metre line.
This is a ripping pass. Calvin, that was.
Nyirripi need to get something here just to steady themselves at the moment. Big Lance Turner in the front position, takes a strong mark. And the big fella can go back and line up for goal from only about 15 metres out, directly in front.
Hard to get around him there.
Gee whiz, still playing.
He wanted that footy.
Of course, Lance has been a long time on and off coach for Nyirripi Demons over the years.
Yeah, brilliant mark. Got front spot and didn't let it go.
So Lance Turner, the Demons need this. 15 metres out directly in front, no problem whatsoever. Puts it straight over goal umpire Terry Bell's head. First goal on the board for the Demons. One straight goal, 6, trailing Areyonga 5-1-31 on the Power and Water scoreboard.
I think that midfield change did them the world of good there. They were hard in the middle. They got the footy out to the wingman, big Warwick Williams, and then moved it through, and then it was great. Then they straightened up a bit and then went to the big fella at full forward. There's more voice. You can see there's more urgency about Nyirripi at the moment as well. So
give some credit to their captain for the lift tee, the mark he took in the back line, Kieran Michaels.
Oh, absolutely.
They were under the pump. They could have been going down 6 goals.
That was a bit of a confidence builder, I reckon.
Well, that change again back in the ruck. Shane Brown's gone back in, and the Tigers run away with the footy. Patrick Abbott, the handball over to Ronnie Abbott. His pass forward is pretty good, and Joe Nipper takes the mark. Too far out to score. Played on as soon as he got to his feet. Back to Ronnie Abbott again. Centering pass from him. Oh, they're lining up in the middle of the ground here.
Yeah, they could have raffled that. There was 2 or 3 of them there. They could have taken the mark, and you know their forwards are up and about.
Shannon Larry checks his pocket, and he's got the lucky ticket.
Yeah, basically they could have went to anyone there.
40 metres out, directly in front. I don't think it's going to quite have the distance, and it didn't have the accuracy either. Big Warwick Williams down there to see it over the boundary line. I think it's gone out of bounds on the full. So now the big fella's gone back. He's had a pretty good opening term.
Yeah, he's him and Patrick Abbott have probably been the best for both sides.
Nyirripi moving it out of defence. They go down that Todd River side of the ground. Pass towards half-back. Bounced in front of Morton Peters, who was then bumped off the footy, but the umpire said that was done illegally. So Morton Peters with the free kick. He's doing his own umpiring out there. He's setting the mark. And now he's played on, got the footy over the top out onto that far side wing. Ooh. Tigers are getting some numbers across, and that's going to help them win this one out. Dickie Dixon picks it up, shrugs off the tackle, comes back towards half forward, finds Clayton Carroll now for the Desert Tigers. Carroll's kick, hard and low. Good spoil by the Demons defence. Brown tapped the footy back between his legs. That was Ian Brown. And got it to Shane Brown. Just couldn't quite get his kick away. Just grabbed by the jumper as he got boot the ball. Tigers able to swoop on it at half forward. Still good pressure here by Brown. Almost got the handball to be intercepted.
Here. Look.
Dickie Dixon inside 50. That's why it's dangerous. Says Tigers everywhere loose here inside 50. The short pass over to the top of the goal square has been marked. Another shot coming up for goal. Jamie Kitson kicked it forward.
Yeah, it's always dangerous up on that wing, half forward. If there's a turnover, it's all over because there's so many Areyonga players all by themselves in goal scoring opportunity. You know.
Francis Ibalarinja adds his name to the goal kicking list. That'll use up a little bit extra ink out of the pens for those writing it out down there.
3-4 goal scorers now for the Areyonga Tigers.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different for their 6 goals.
Shared it around. And the multiple one is, was it?
Big Gordon Long.
Yeah, Longy. Yeah.
Well, this is the start the Tigers would have been looking for, playing for their finals hopes. Right now, they'll probably be thinking, well, we're still a chance. It's not in their hands, as we mentioned. Nyirripi get another chance to seal it this week, but I'm sure the Nyirripi coach will be wanting them to do something about it today.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big margin already. They've got to pick it back slowly.
Big body, full ground kid. They're like, look for fight.
Yeah, bit of interchanging going on too down at the Nyirripi bench, and look, the blokes aren't jogging off.
No.
They're just strolling off. That would be a concern as well, I would think, for the coaching staff. Taking a long time for that centre bounce. Was there a send-off?
They have to wait until everybody's in their zones.
Oh.
So you got to have your 6 in the back line, 6 in the forward line, and your midfield 6 as well.
This time big Gordon Long was lurking out on the wing. He got it from Patrick Abbott, kicked inside 50. A nice 2-grab mark taken for the Desert Tigers that will produce yet another shot at goal, and this time from about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, look, he's been good today, so I don't think he'll have any problems with this. Confidence is way up as well for the team.
George Mulder looking to make it 6 individual goal kickers. Nice deliberate approach and kicked through nicely. Beautiful view from where we sit, and a beautiful view too on the ICTV cameras.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, good follow through. Knew what he was doing. It's going to be hard for Nyirripi.
Well,
They've got to work their way at the, just winning the footy and then controlling the footy. I think it's really important for Nyirripi at the moment. Just getting some momentum going their way and having the footy in their hands would be, really good for their side.
Less than a minute to go before quarter time, and the game almost already out of reach for Nyirripi. I'm sure the coaches from neither side would have expected that. It's having some influence in ruck too. Big Clifton Brumby punts that one towards centre half forward. Now it's been socked and tapped inside the attacking 50. The Demons' defence under enormous amount of pressure. Francis Sabatarinja handled back inside 50, but picked up by Kieran Michaels. He's been playing well.
Yep.
Got the pass into the middle over to Shane Brown, who arched the back as he ran away from his direct opponent. Kicked over the top of Lukey Gallagher. Could be Calvin Addott. Maybe a late change there on the team sheet. Kick into the forward pocket for the Desert Tigers, taken by Nelson Paralucha. And he has a run and then a long kick out to just backward of the wing, where the mark's taken by Ronnie Abbott, who's been good out there as well.
Absolutely.
There goes the quarter time siren. And at the first break, it's the Areyonga Desert Tigers playing for their finals lives and doing it well. 7-1-43 to Nyirripi. 1 straight goal 6. I'll quickly give you the goal kickers for Areyonga, 2 to Gordon Long, and then all singles, 1 each to George Mulder, John Mulder, Jamie Kitson, Nathaniel Dejana, and Francis Ibatarinja. And just the 1 goal kicker for Nyirripi, and that was Lance Turner, the former coach, trying to get his charges going, but gee, it was all one-way traffic in that term, Sean.
Yeah, that's it. Look, they've been up and about, the Areyonga Tigers, and Patrick Abbott. How good was he? I reckon he would have picked up about 6-7 kicks in the first quarter. He led the way, but what he did with the footy too was, he kicked to his forwards. You had Long up there, you have Dejana up there. They were fantastic. They got Areyonga going at the start, and when you got 2 targets like that, it's pretty hard to stop. You have to, you got to put pressure on the midfield so that they don't get that easy, ball out through the centre and unable to use their big forward. So Nyirripi's got some work to do in the second quarter.
37 points of difference on the Power and Water scoreboard. You're watching local footy from Central Australia on ICTV. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big Uralik. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound. Go and hunt for lake and save the precious water in your community. We finally get to do the lake. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for lynx too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
Hey, is that Milpa, the trachoma goanna?
Yeah, it is.
Milpa is back, checking that we are still cleaning our faces so we have strong eyes.
If we have sharp vision, then we can pass the ball properly and kick great goals in footy.
That's why cleaning your faces whenever it's dirty is important.
We can also help little kids blow their noses and wash their faces to stop trachoma germs spreading.
That's right, we have to look out for each other, just like we do on the football field.
So remember kids, clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On Territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Slow down in the rain, when it's dusty, or if there's animals on the road. Drive too fast and you can lose control. So slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Hey Nev. Hey Toby, this is Milpa. Milpa's helping all the kids have strong eyes so they can play footy like us.
Oh yeah, is that because there's still some trachoma, making kids eyes sick?
That's right, and stopping trachoma is easy.
Is it? How?
All you have to do is blow your nose, wash your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
It's like washing your hands after going to the toilet. We do it all the time, even if we can't see the germs.
So Nev, by cleaning your face, you stop germs from snotty noses and mucky eyes spreading?
Yep.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
The telecast of this game is brought to you by Power and Water. Power and Water Corporation.
And welcome back to ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia season Country Cup, Community Cup competition action for you at the moment. Nyirripi versus Areyonga, and the Demons had the first centre clearance. It's something that they didn't do too often in the first term. They've got it deep inside their attacking 50. Great first quarter by the Areyonga Desert Tigers. They lead by 37 points as the Tigers clear it out of the fence. A long kick too, clears the marking contest and rolls towards the boundary line centre wing. Footy's being kept in play by Shannon Larry, who continues to paddle it forward, now up to the half-forward flank. Wayne Jackety comes in to assist, quickly on the boot, got it deep inside the attacking 50 and deep into the forward pocket, with the footy's been taken by Sebastian Wilson. Close to the boundary line there for the Demons, and eventually they do see it over the line for a boundary throw in. At least that first centre clearance was a bright start.
Positive. They started positive and they got it down there, but Areyonga, worked in numbers and got it out of their back line, and now it's at their half-forward line again.
So the boundary throw in, that undersized ruckman, Wayne Jackety, doing all right there, but he's tapped it to the back of the pack. And Nyirripi had some players there to pick it up. A little handball by Reece Robertson. His teammate ducked into the tackle, Morton Peters. The umpire is going to play it to the Tigers. They've played on and lost the footy. Little soccer off the ground by Fisher, number 17. The big enigma's got 17. Warwick Williams, and now another 17 out there. Or is it
No,
12?
12.
Might be 12. Ian Brown.
Oh, Brown.
So the Tigers send it long, deep inside their attacking 50. Ball spilt to the front of the marking contest. It was all defenders there initially. Brown goes in, tries to get a handball out. Another teammate trying likewise. Patrick Abbott picks up the footy. No, it wasn't Patrick Abbott. It was Jamie Kitson who had a fresh air shot. Now Brown with it again for Nyirripi. And he delivers out to centre half back where Lukey Gallagher's taken the mark. Little pass over the top. Gets the footy out towards half back now. And the Demons longer 2-on-1 here. They're advantaged in this contest. So it was the right place to go. Josiah Fry gets the footy. Little handball over the top for Reece Robertson, who's been run down from behind. Holding the ball. The Desert Tigers get it at half back.
Yeah, look, Fry, he was one of the guys that got it out of the midfield earlier on the first bounce and just gave a little handball over and they didn't get away with it. But here's Areyonga on the attack again.
Yeah, Roy Goodwin was the tackler. Patrick Abbott with the footy just inside 50. His shot at goal is just offline and through for one behind. Gee, they moved it up there quickly after the tackle by Goodwin.
Look, and I tell you what, that was the difference between the two sides. From half back, Areyonga really clean. Nyirripi had an opportunity there, 2-1 there, and sort of just the kick wasn't quite right, Stan.
Yeah, neither was that kick in either. Made hard work for Kieran Michaels, who's equal to the challenge. He races away with the footy from half back and a nice pass. That might be Lukey Gallagher in the number one. Two number ones out there. There's the other one, number one to number one. So we'll say Lukey Gallagher's given it to Calvin Abbott, and we've got it right one way or the other.
Fry again.
Josiah Fry. Nice kick back towards Lukey Gallagher. Didn't have the legs on it though. That kick, Shannon Larry takes the mark on the chest for Areyonga. That's bush footy.
Yes, yeah.
Couple of 17s, couple of number ones out there for the Demons. Yeah, Kieran Michaels tracking the footy towards the boundary line. He's got two to try and beat. Just keeps it in play and keeps it moving forward. He'll get another opportunity here. Little toe poke forward, then he's tripped. So Kieran Michaels, well done. I think he was going up and down on the one spot by the end. Such was his effort, but he's earned the free kick.
And to do what he did, Stan, just to keep the ball alive. He kept it in, he kept moving forward. He looks a bit tired now, but we'll see how the kick goes when he gets it into their forward line. But it's just all about their skill now, if they can just control the footy.
There's the kick looking for half forward. Went through hands in the marking contest, spilt to the back of the pack. The Tiger defender back there collected the footy. Harold Jarrah it was. Handball away under pressure. Awesome slick hands in there by Caesar Dixon. Now they can get a clearing kick towards a half forward flank. It's been cut off though by the Demons across half back, and they'll pass short. Oh, Ian Brown had it. The umpire didn't pay the mark. Knocked out of his hands by Patrick Abbott, who then picks it up. He's been taken to ground. Ian Brown goes back in again. Got a handball away. Little toe poke there by Jacket. He's ended up with the opposition. And now the Demons with a drilling low pass towards half forward. The mark was taken low to the ground by Reece Robertson. Played on to Fry. Fry kicks it back inside 50. Ball off hands. Big Lance Turner around the footy. Tries to barge his way through the tackle, and the umpire's called him holding the ball.
He didn't muck around. He tried to get the ball going forward.
I think Lance's compass just went, where's the goals? I'm going straight towards him. So the Desert Tigers to clear it out in defence, and gee, they got a numbers advantage out here. Joe Nipper and Nathaniel Dejana. Ending up with it was the Dejana variety there. He'll kick inside the attacking 50. Gee, and player loose all on his own here too. Michael Nallai, the former veteran from Western Aranda. Quick snap in towards goal. He's offline and through for a behind. He's been around for ages, Michael Nallai.
Yeah, definitely. And geez, they look good when they're in space, Areyonga. They use the space really, really well.
So the Demons now through Vernon Gibson. Oh no, he didn't get the bounce he was looking for. Patrick Abbott swooped on it. Kicks towards the top of the goal square. They outnumbered him again. And a nice strong grab in the front position. We'll see the Tigers shooting at goal once more from close range.
Kitson.
Not wasting any time either, Jamie Kitson. Oh, he's just popped it over top to a teammate in the square. Bad signs here for Nyirripi as Michael Nallai does get his reward. The veteran, he puts it through for the first goal of the second term.
Yeah, they seem to be running the space really well. Every time they go out wide to their wings, they use the footy really well. But I think the telling sign is the numbers to the football. Every time there's, a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 situation where Areyonga are just getting there in numbers. They're doing really, really well at the moment, and they're working really hard. And to be 8-3-51 to 1-6, they're reaping their rewards.
They haven't taken the foot off the pedal, that's for sure. So that's a 45-point lead on the Power and Water scoreboard. And the alarming thing is for Nyirripi, I know they got another game where they can seal the finals next week, but they don't want to be heading into it in this sort of form.
No.
Tichikala, you wouldn't want to give them a sniff even if there's no finals. Look at this out of the middle now by Areyonga. On the end of it was Aaron Tiger, got it from Wayne Jackety. This time the kick inside 50 has been cut off by Ian Brown, who's really trying hard.
He is. He's definitely trying to hold things up as the Tigers go into their forward line. Sebastian
Wilson took it at half back, went across ground out to the Todd Riverside now. So Nyirripi maintaining some possession here. Is it another 17? It could be the third one we've seen now for the Demons.
It could be.
So out on the far side wing. Long kick. Will drop inside 50. Oh, they tried to lose Lance Turner as the step ladder.
Yeah.
Held his ground. The big fella who's taken the mark.
Presented
got the free.
And was in front. And that's what their forwards need to do.
Well, there's no way around him, so they tried to go over the top.
Yeah, and that's the second time he's presented really well and kept front spot. And the first one he took a great mark, and now he gets a free kick.
I wonder how the old legs would go over this distance. He's certainly accurate from close range.
Very deliberate approach there, Stan.
45 metres. He's given it plenty. It's not going to quite get there. Did have the accuracy. Ball offhand, soccer through.
Goal.
No, touched according to the goal umpire.
That was pretty close.
Gee, had a fair piece of that.
Yeah.
Nyirripi get their first score of the second term. It's a behind their 1-1-7. Areyonga 8-3-51 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Here's his swift movement. Down the gap road side of the ground. Joe Nipper with the footies had a couple of bounces. He'll go the short pass. It didn't quite get there on the full to his teammate Aaron Tiger. One way, then the other goes Tiger, and then kicks inside 50. Vital hand on there for the Demons. Oh, the ball spills to Kitson. Kitson, long handball forward into the goal square, and John Mulder gets his second goal.
Good teamwork there. Great teamwork. Kitson again in the play. Gives off another footy. Good finish. Good team footy. And that wing, out in the wing, they ran the opposition, used the footy really well, and then got it into their forwards.
Yeah, it all seems to be down that side of the ground. And look, that came from a behind too. That did. That was coast to coast.
Absolutely.
That effort by the Tigers.
From their half back all the way down.
9-3-57, Nyirripi 1-1-7, Power and Water scoreboard. Just over 10 minutes played in the second term.
Nyirripi need another person in the middle.
Oh, look, another just a sign that things aren't going well.
Yeah.
Only got the three blokes in the centre square at the moment. Now big Lance Turner puts himself into the square from centre half forward to make sure they've got the four in there. But of course he's the bloke you want it hitting on the chest as it comes out.
Yeah, well that's right. He's been the one who's presented the most. Let's see how he goes in the midfield.
Big Warwick Williams into the forward line, and Wayne Jackety just plucked that out of the air in the ruck contest. The handball to Aaron Tiger. Another handball from him over to Clive Coulthard. Coulthard went to go long, then changed his mind, went short to Gordon Long. Short to Long. His kick forward has been marked at the top of the goal square by the Nyirripi defence, Howard Sampson, with the footy. A nephew of Herman Sampson, he told me prior to the game.
Yeah.
Old teammate of yours.
Yeah, very good player, Herman Sampson.
Champ for Unamu and South.
South premiership player.
Yeah, here's the third number 17 we've seen today. Not too sure what this one's name is. Warwick Williams has got 17 on as well up in the forward line, and sure there was another one roaming around at one stage. Here they go forward now, the Demons. Shane Brown with it. A kick inside 50. It's a bit of a wobbly one, tough one for the forwards. And as a result, the Tigers' defence can clear it. They do it well again out to Sean Brumby, who's marked on the back flank. Short pass from him to Gordon Long. Getting plenty of it around forward is Long. His kick towards the true centre forward to Coulthard. Coulthard inside 50. They haven't missed any of them. Shot at goal coming up. Joe Nipper kicks a ripper.
Great skills. Move the footy from one into the other again. Through the middle, straight up to their forwards, and the little man kicks a goal.
It's just hitting one target, then hitting the next one, and turning around, and then they hit the next one. And I guess the difference, too, Sean, as we probably saw with the kick inside 50 from Nyirripi, a bit of a wobbly one floating around under a bit of pressure, admittedly.
Yeah, definitely. They're a little bit off with their skills, and Look, when you're playing a side that's up and about like Areyonga is today, gee, you know, they can move the footy from one end to the other, but also using their wings and then putting the ball back into the midfield and then kicking to their forwards. But they kick into their strengths too when they go forward.
Scoreboard starting to look a bit dangerous here. Areyonga 10-3-63, Nyirripi 1-1-7, and Nyirripi want to start thinking about percentage too when they're thinking about their top 4 aspirations. Out of the centre again, he's starting to have some influence too, Clive Coulthard.
Yes, yeah.
He's kicked forward, little nippers in everything at the moment. Took the mark, played on, had time to drop the ball, then pokes a little pass out into the forward pocket. A few players there, Nipper goes back in, gets a second effort, got the handball away, attempted palm off there by Dickie Dixon. Eventually the kick in towards goal for the Tigers, offline. So good pressure by the Demons defence, out of bounds on the full, and they'll get a free kick in that back pocket.
And that's it. They're just got to hang in there, keep harassing, you know, keep chasing, put some pressure on their forwards, and that results like that can happen. So good work by the Nyirripi Demons in defence.
So 7.5 minutes to go in the second term. A 56-point lead to Areyonga on the Power and Water scoreboard. Nyirripi bringing the ball out of defence. Long clearing kick was a good one too, taken by Lukey Gallagher. Gallagher played on with another pass back inboard, and they'll bring the next kick into the centre circle. So that's good movement of the footy. Jarvis Gorey's taken the mark. Gorey looked to go back out towards that Todd River side of the ground. Lukey Gallagher continuing to run forward after initially getting the ball at half back. Now his kick will go inside the attacking 50. Robertson was looking for the bounce. Good effort there by the Areyonga defender though.
Yeah, I think that's out of bounds.
His safety would have been to take it over the line. I reckon he's trying to keep it in at the end.
Look, Gallagher's been great. Just in the last, this quarter, he's actually picked up a few kicks, but he's also ran pretty hard as well, Stan. That was set up because he ended up getting 2 kicks in there, and fantastic work by that young fella.
Not much of him.
No.
Boundary throw in, footy deep in attack for Areyonga. Big Warwick Williams, sorry for Nyirripi, where it hasn't been too often. Big Warwick Williams was doing the ruck work. The umpires picked out a free kick, holding the ball was the signal. Warwick takes it. So
who was probably best on ground in the first quarter.
His ruck work was exceptional. Didn't just get his hands on the footy, actually gained meterage for his team.
Yes.
So Big Warwick from about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Puts it on its way. It's a nice looking kick off the boot. The big enigma's done it. He's put it through for a goal. Nyirripi needed it. It's their second, 2-1-13. Areyonga 10-3-63 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Good to see Warwick getting involved.
Could this be a sign of something more to come? Who knows? But good play there, and the big fellas puts it through. Been very, very good today, Warwick Williams. He provided he had a good lead out too from full forward. He's moved up to centre forward now, so we'll see how he goes.
This one will probably be downloaded about 5,000 times now by Warwick Williams, I reckon. He'll be showing everyone. It was a great kick. He's had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
He's got number 17 on, and number 17 in the ruck too, which is not Warwick Williams. Up against Wayne Jacket. It was a pretty even contest. Gorey went for the soccer off the ground from Nyirripi. He's trying to work his way into the game. Oh, gee, some heavy body work going in. Now Quick Hands gets the footy out to Joe Nipper. Also getting plenty of it for Areyonga. Got the handball over to Ronnie Abbott, who's away. One bounce. Now centres it up, kick towards centre half forward. Patrick Abbott made a contest, but it might have been a legal contact from front on.
Yep.
Josiah Fry.
Yeah, Fry's been good, and Brown back there. They're starting to hold things up for the Nyirripi Demons.
From half back now, the Demons.
They've got some space here. They've got some time to use the footy.
Now mystery number 17 with the blonder hair than Warwick Williams. Gee, got some kicking skills. That went low and hard inside 50 and rolled all the way to the line and through for a behind. That's a thumping kick.
Yeah, great work from Fry at half back, and Brown running, which is fantastic.
The Tigers to bring the ball back into play. Just a couple of little signs from Nyirripi in the last 5 minutes. They've stemmed the bleeding on the scoreboard a bit and started to get the ball inside their own attacking 50. The Tigers have got it up to the wing from the kick in. Nyirripi got some numbers around it and just getting boot the ball just in time. So number 25, little toe poke further forward. Dwayne Brown with his head in and over it. Now the Tigers pick it up. Away they come. Just a little shepherd there from Patrick Abbott. Gave his teammate Aaron Tiger some time, but he's run too far.
And that's what I was talking about earlier on, Stan. If they can just hang in there and chase and put some pressure on the ball carrier, things like this happen. Watson, fantastic effort.
So Watson Williams gets the free kick. Not much of him. He'll just lay off a little handball to Josiah Fry. Fry kick up toward the wing. It's been marked by Clive Coulthard, who doesn't waste any time playing on. They handball through the middle. It ends up with Wayne Jackety. He got it from Nathaniel Dejana. Kick out towards that half-forward area. The next one back into Big Gordon Long, who takes the mark on his chest and can shoot for goal 35, 40 metres directly out in front.
Now, Long's kicked 2 already today. He's
unselfishly passed it off. And now from just a few metres out, Shannon Larry will put one through for the Areyonga Desert Tigers. Just when we were sensing maybe something was happening, yeah. Oh, look, Areyonga, they've made about 4 changes just then, just while the players were sorting out who was going to kick the goal, but players are rotating off the bench. It's such an important tool in these days, in this day and age of footy, where you get fresh legs on the ground so you can keep that run going. And they've made about 4 changes just in that little short period. It's good to see that sort of stuff filter through too to bush footy. They're willing to do it. Once upon a time, you would have just kept 4 blokes on the bench sitting on the pine.
And you didn't want, it wasn't the culture back then. You wanted to stay on the ground and play the whole game. But today's footy, if you want fresh legs and you want to keep your team running at full capacity, it's important that they change.
So Clifton Brumby's been brought back into the ruck for Areyonga. Whenever that's happened, he's done pretty well. Mind you, our new 17's going all right. Patrick Abbott's got the foot. He's been wrapped up in the tackle by 2 of them. Kieran Michaels laid the first part of the tackle. The ruckman the second part. The umpire's called for a ball up. No prior opportunity, the ruling there. Got it moving forward that time, Brumby. Got a good fist on that. Clive Coulthard's away. 1 bounce. Kicks it low out towards the boundary line on the attacking 50 here now for the Desert Tigers. The attempted tack back to Coulthard. Coulthard picks it up, tries to don't argue to break the tackle. Gee, the tackle was strong. Just got his handball away in the nick of time. Sean Brumby in there. The umpire's picked out a free kick. Player held ball, not in possession. Yeah. And is it Clive Coulthard or Sean Brumby?
Sean Brumby.
Plays on a little handball over to Patrick Abbott. Normally good on the right. This time goes with the left towards the top of the goal square. Gee, great punch away from behind, but a quick snap in towards goal is offline. Dickie Dixon sweeping on that one. Just couldn't quite put it through.
He wasn't far off it either. In the right spot. Had a crack at it. Didn't go through, but good effort.
Areyonga 11-4-70. Nyirripi 2-2-14. Power and Water scoreboard. The dying stages of the first half. Nyirripi moving the ball out of defence. Nice and smooth on this occasion. Kick from the defensive 50 out in front of Lukey Gallagher, who is probably risen in stature to almost be their best player now. Oh. Little handball out in front of himself on the half-forward flank. Now a teammate comes in to assist. As the siren is about to sound, the Tigers will take advantage of it not sounding by moving the ball to Nipper on the half-forward flank, and there goes the bell for half-time. A good half for the Areyonga Desert Tigers. They lead 11-4-70 to Nyirripi 2-2-14 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Before we get a little bit of analysis from Sean Cusack, I'll just take you through the goal kickers. Firstly, for Areyonga, 2 each to John Mulder and Gordon Long. And then 1 each for George Mulder, Michael Nallai, Shannon Larry, Jamie Kitson, Nathaniel Dejana, Joe Nipper and Francis Badarinja. They have really shared them around. Nyirripi 1 each for Warwick Williams and Lance Turner, a couple of veterans getting their names on the goal sheet for Nyirripi. But a first half dominated by Areyonga. Nyirripi in the action a little bit more in the second term, Sean.
Yeah, some really good signs there for Nyirripi. You know, they've kicked a couple of goals now. They've got the ball inside 50 a few more times in that quarter. So, look, really good effort. They've just got to work things out. Try and just peg the score back slowly, minute by minute sort of stuff, quarter by quarter. But look, it was a lot better by Nyirripi. Their attack on the footy was a lot better as well. But one thing I did pick up from the Areyonga side, Stan, was their rotations. They're using every player in their team, and looks like they've all got a job. They've all got a purpose. you know, for a change, 4 blokes, it was looked like thunder last night, you know, 4 blokes running off, 4 fresh blokes running on. So Areyonga have got a system in place, and it's really working, because when they do turn the footy over in their back line, they've just got so much run, and, you know, they use the ground really well, and but they bring it back into the middle of the ground and then they kick it to their big forwards.
Yeah, look, you've been a coach in all sorts of situations, maybe even the situation that Nyirripi find themselves in now. Sean, they've got to fight this one out. There's finals just around the corner for them, so they can't just let this one slip away completely. They've got to find something in the second half to take into next week and maybe finals.
Yeah, well, that's it, Stan. If you're in a coach in this situation, you've just got to talk to the players and look, best benefit out of it is just stick together as a team, work really hard as individuals, try and kick a couple of goals, set some small goals, you know, 1 goal, 2 goals a quarter, and just try and peg that scoreboard back.
So at half time, it's Areyonga 11-4-70 to Nyirripi 2-2-14 on the Power and Water scoreboard. This game on ICTV being brought to you by Power and Water. It's Community Cup competition. We'll have the second half shortly. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big water leak. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker.
Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen. You can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for leaks too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
What a mark. Thanks, Maisie. Milpa knows it's important to have strong eyes to see the ball. How do you keep your eyes so strong? You get strong and healthy eyes by blowing your nose and washing your face whenever it's dirty. True. Yeah, it makes you look really sharp and it stops trachoma. Wait, what's trachoma?
Trachoma makes your eyes sick. It's caused by germs and the muck in your eyes and snot in your nose.
So it's easy to stop trachoma. I just have to keep my face clean.
That's right. So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Water crossings can be tricky. Remember your mob, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. If the water's too high, you can get into deep trouble. So chill out and wait till the water level drops. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Hey, Nev.
Hey, Toby. This is Milpa. Milpa's helping all the kids have strong eyes so they can play footy like us.
Oh yeah, is that because there's still some trachoma, making kids' eyes sick?
That's right, and stopping trachoma is easy.
Is it? How?
All you have to do is blow your nose, wash your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
It's like washing your hands after going to the toilet. We do it all the time, even if we can't see the germs.
So, Nev, by cleaning your face, you stop germs from snotty noses and mucky eyes spreading?
Yep.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
I see baby.
The telecast of this game is brought to you by Power and Water. Power and Water Corporation, supporting local football and saving water.
Good afternoon, you are watching ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia season. It's half-time in the Community Cup competition game we're telecasting today. Areyonga leading 11-4-70 to Nyirripi 2-14. Stan Coombe and Sean Cusack with you in commentary. This game, the first of 10 telecasts scheduled, or 10 games to be telecast scheduled over the next 6 or 7 weeks. Of course, we've got Nyirripi and Areyonga today in the Community Cup competition. The next one in a couple of weeks' time, Nyirripi get another go. They're up against Titchakala Hawks. But as we go through the list, you'll see that it covers all 3 local competitions, Sean. So, I mean, that's great for all levels here in Central Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Good exposure for the comp. And it just shows you the variety of the different football we've got in Alice Springs. And the amount of passion and love for AFL footy is, you've got three different competitions. The CAFL, you've got the country comp and the community comp. They're the two difference between the 2 divisions, isn't it?
Yeah, and look, the way they've split those 2 country leagues, I guess we'd call them up, it's probably really come about through population base. Nyirripi, Areyonga, the likes of Titchakala, Mount Allen and Willaura came into that competition this year. They're all around that 250 mark population-wise, and that creates an even comp there. And, of course, those other ones in the country league, they're bigger size communities.
And just the distance they're going to travel to come in and play. The passion for football is unbelievable. Communities are coming from a fair way out.
So we mentioned the first couple of weeks that we'll be doing telecasts and Nyirripi getting a go before the finals. Then on Sunday, 18th of August, we get into the finals, and we've got the Country Cup semi-final that weekend. And then, it's bumper after that, the following 2 weekends as we head into Saturday and Sunday football. CAFL Senior Men's semi-final, Saturday, 24th of August. And then 2 preliminary finals on Sunday, 25th of August, the Community Cup and the Country League. And then the following weekend, preliminary final for the CAFL, grand finals for those 2 country leagues. And then we wind up on Saturday, 7th September, CAFL Men's Senior Grand Final. It's a great lineup to look forward to over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. What a great time of the season to footy, finals footy. You're going to see some great things happen on finals, whether it's a community or in the town league. So it's going to be some fantastic footy to watch. Yeah,
and you certainly expect the atmosphere to go up a few notches. We've both hung around, particularly the country football when they get to finals. It can be mayhem down here at Traeger Park. The action on the sidelines is almost as hot as the action out there on the oval. The supporters really go for it. They love their local footy teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, a great lineup to look forward to in the coming weeks on ICTV. AFL Central Australia action being brought to you by Power and Water. We're in the half-time break. Areyonga leading Nyirripi by 56 points. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big oralik. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water is more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen. You can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for lynx too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
What a mark. Thanks, Maisie. Milford knows it's important to have strong eyes to see the ball. How do you keep your eyes so strong? You get strong, healthy eyes by blowing your nose and washing your face whenever it's dirty. True. Yeah, it makes you look really sharp and it stops trachoma.
Wait, what's trachoma?
Trachoma makes your eyes sick. It's caused by germs and the muck in your eyes and snot in your nose.
So it's easy to stop trachoma. I just have to keep my face clean.
That's right.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Water crossings can be tricky. Remember, your mob, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. If the water's too high, you can get into deep trouble. So chill out and wait till the water level drops.
On water.
Good afternoon, this is ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia season, almost ready for a start to the third term of the Community Cup competition game between Areyonga and Nyirripi. Areyonga leading 11-4-70 to Nyirripi 2-2-14 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Stan Coombe and Sean Cusack with you. We're looking for the Nyirripi Demons to dig in deep here and try and mount some sort of fight back. We found out that it's Sean Kemp in the ruck, the blonde at number 17 to match the Warwick Williams number 17. Areyonga going forward from the first bounce, so Patrick Abbott with those beautiful foot passing skills once again. And he's hit George Mulder on the chest.
Yeah, the way he started the game is the way he's picked up in the second half.
Mulder will give the footy back to Patrick Abbott. Thought he was too far out to score, and Abbott will use those foot passing skills again to great effect. And this time Aaron Tiger takes the mark on the chest.
The presenting of the forwards is really good. They lead straight up, straight to the ball carrier.
I'll just correct that one. John Mulder with the footy. Another one of those little mosquito fleet players they have around the half forward and inside that attacking 50.
And I guess why wouldn't you when you got Patrick Abbott with the footy?
Yeah, you wouldn't mind leading.
You'd lead up.
So John Mulder comes in looking to get Areyonga on the board early in this third term. About 35 metres out. Oh, he's played around the man on the mark, goes with the left, didn't get the purchase on it that he was looking for. And Ian Brown's taken the mark on the last line of defence. He's been one of their better players today.
He has been good today.
He's worked very hard in a back line under enormous pressure. So Nyirripi.
He's going to get it back here, I think.
Just drop it over the top to him. Yeah, I reckon they've got you mic'd up out there. Ian Brown now with the mark inside the defensive 50. And it's been marked just inside the boundary line by Josiah Fry, who will turn and kick to the wing. There's a good passage here from Nyirripi. Howard Sampson now with the footy. Short pass from him. Or Big Warwick Williams that went through the fingers. And waiting at the back, the little Tiger swooped on that and passed to Clive Coulthard, who marked on centre wing. The kick came from Roy Goodwin. No such thing as a bad one.
Yeah, just the way Nyirripi using the footy, it's a lot better than what they've been doing.
So Goodwin got it back from Coulthard, doing a bit of waxing there. Kicks inside 50, big pack of players goes up the ball off hands over the boundary line for a boundary throw in on the attacking 50-metre line for the Areyonga Desert Tigers.
Yeah, I was much pleased with the way they're using the footy now. Nyirripi thinking and just working their way through the play.
Ball 50 out from the Areyonga goal. Clive Coulthard, he couldn't get that kick away, and Kemp gets onto the footy. He has made a difference in the last quarter, and a little torpedo there from Roy Goodwin. I don't know if he intended it or not, but it spiralled inside 50. There's Coulthard again, dragged off the football by Howard Sampson as he tried to get boot the ball. Kieran Michaels, nice pick-up. Nice handball forward too. They're just needing the right bounce. They didn't get it. Good backup play by Michaels, but he can't break through the tackle, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Not too sure if he got much of an opportunity there.
Yeah, I agree. Not much of an opportunity.
No reward for the effort he put in, that's for sure. He certainly tried hard. Sean Brumby, little pass forward to Clive Coulthard, starting to get a lot of footy. His pass inside 50, marked by Dickie Dixon. Now shapes up as if he's going to shoot for goal, and he will do so from just inside 50. Fairly tight angle. He's only 5 metres in from the boundary.
He'll probably kick from 50 as well.
So Dickie Dixon hasn't got his name on the score sheet as of yet. He certainly had a bit of footy around half forward. It's a good looking kick, just doesn't quite have the distance. And Nyirripi have the defenders back there. Brown again knocks it through for a behind. That's the first score of the second half. A point to Areyonga. As Nyirripi find a little bit of space out on the Todd River side of the ground. He went to play on, saw no one ahead, then changed his mind and went anyway. And they've got a favourable bounce here. So a chance for the Nyirripi Demons. From the half forward, the kick goes inside 50. Warwick Williams takes the mark. And the big fella can go back and line up for goal.
Yeah, he's kicked one earlier. He's got a player there if he wants him. He's gonna back himself in. And why not? He kicked an early one today, and beautiful kick of the footy. So we'll see how he goes.
Nice kicking action, and Nyirripi almost did an Areyonga then the way they moved that ball down the far side.
Using the footy a lot better.
So Warwick Williams looking to get the first goal of the second half for the Demons, and he had the distance with the kick, but it just faded late and threw 4-1 behind.
It's good movement. They got a bit of luck with the bounce over there on the gap wing, but beautiful play. Spotted up the big man in Williams, and he was just shy of kicking a goal.
So 1 point apiece on the Power and Water scoreboard so far in this third term. Early stages, only 4.5 minutes gone. Areyonga bring the ball in, and they'll go over that gap road side of the ground to Nelson Paralucha, who will now bring it back into the corridor. A little bit dangerous, but Patrick Abbott's up to that. And he gets a pass out wide. His teammate had to do a little bit of work to take that one full stretch diving. John Mulder. He'll kick towards centre half forward. Gee, that was a good kick too. Picked a teammate out there in just a little bit of space. Shannon Larry's taken the mark. Oh, sorry, Roy Goodwin it was. He goes across ground to Clive Coulthard, and his influence early in this third term, very noticeable.
Yeah, absolutely. Coulthard and Abbott.
Coulthard plays on, 45 metres out directly in front. The kick into the goal square's offline and through for a behind Areyonga.
He got a bit on that. Backed himself in there from 50. He had a couple of players in the goal square there, but just offline.
Good player, probably approaching his mid-20s now. Clive Coulthard has been a regular selection for the country representative side when they played against Town and then against the APY lands in recent years. Here's Kemp taking the mark from the kick in. The big fella bounds off, had a bounce, looking confident, bit too much on that kick, and a nice little one-hander pulled in by Nathaniel Dejana for the Tigers. He looks all right though, Sean Kemp.
Yeah, he does. He's done really well in the ruck.
Ronnie Abbott received the footy for Areyonga, goes deep into the forward pocket. Wayne Jackety, another one of their good players. Might have been some front-on contact there, but the umpires let it go, and we'll have to agree with that umpire. It's the gorgeous octopus, Barry Georgopoulos. He waves the tentacles around there for holding the ball. The advantage has been given. Or will it come back? Areyonga thought they had a score on the board. Has it gone right across the face of goal, out of bounds on the full?
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Out on the full. Straight across the goals.
Kieran Michaels will be wanting that footy to come out this side of the ground. He's parked near the boundary line. Gee, not much movement behind him.
No.
Gone the top. Got a little bit of distance with that one. At least cleared it outside the defensive 50. And then the bounce has cleaned up everyone. And the footy almost up towards the wing where it's gathered by Nelson Paralucha for the Tigers. Sends them forward once more. Direct into the corridor. Over to Ronnie Abbott. Abbott from 50. Goes long in towards goal. And some good shepherding there by his teammate. We'll see that one through. The Tigers have got the first goal of the second half.
What a great kick. He just took him on. Got it at half forward, ran it in and then had a shot. Brilliant work by the Tigers there. Just good team play too. They had numbers behind the footy, kicked it towards their half forward line, and then Abbott just took him on and had a shot. Beautiful kick in the end.
Well, they've been made to work to get that first goal of the second half. They certainly rattled on a few more by this time in the first term.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a bit more of an effort too by the Nyirripi Demons in defence, and they've held a few things up. Like Brown's been fantastic, and so was Fry, and really working hard for the Demons today.
Areyonga 12-6-78, Nyirripi 2-3-15 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Just over 12 minutes to go in the third term. Sean Kemp back into the ruck, up against Clifton Brumby. This will be a good contest. And Kemp, beautiful pickup after the ruck work. He spears it low and hard. Lance Turner comes out on the lead. Can't quite pull in the chest mark. Nice little pickup there by Shannon Larry. He dances his way out of defence and then kicks the pass up to Harold Jarrah, who's marked on the half-back flank for the Tigers. Jarrah's kick, good, looking for the man who just did the ruck work. Oh, spilt that one, Clifton Brumby. Now he's surrounded. Kieran Michaels quickly onto the right boot. Maybe a couple of players loose just inside 50 here for Nyirripi. Reece Robertson after the football. He's got a chance now to pick it up. His opponent went to ground. Oh, he's trying to take him on. Oh, that's a great second effort tackle by the Tigers. Ronnie Abbott, I think the bloke who just kicked the last goal will get the free kick.
He went to ground and then he had to get up and go again, and that's been the story of the day. I think Areyonga have done that a few times.
They play like a team that really wants it. The Tigers now up to the wing, and this is one thing they've been able to do, just move the ball forward with their foot skills, hardly missing a target. Roy Goodwin this time doesn't find the target. Ian Brown's taken the mark on the half-back flank. Passes back into the middle, gets it to Jarvis Gorey, and now they'll come right over to this side of the ground. So from one side to the other, it's worked out nicely.
That's
get it to the wing.
A lot better ball movement.
So Morton Peters, kick out in front of Sean Kemp. Better to get it to the big fellas on the full. He's kept knocking it forward though, Kemp. Well done, picked it up, caught in the tackle. Hands and knees effort by Clifton Brumby trying to get the ball out of the bottom of the pack. Plenty over the top, and the umpire will call for a ball up about 50 out from the Nyirripi goal. But still some signs.
It is. It's good signs. Kemp did really well there to hold it up and lock it into the forward line. If he gets a tappy, he might have a shot if he gets it.
Up against Brumby. This time Brumby gets it forward. Taken by Patrick Abbott. Probably the best player on the ground in the first half. A little bit quieter in the second half. Got the handball forward. I don't know if that kick will be deemed to be 15. I think the umpire, well, no, he has played it. The mark's been taken by Sean Brumby. Goes back towards the centre square with the kick to Clive Coulthard.
Oh, they've got spares.
Coulthard around the man on the mark. His left boot inside 50. Didn't hit the target. The mark was taken by Josiah Fry, who will play on quickly and get it out in front of Kieran Michaels. Gee, players loose here. Calvin Abbott's got it. He's got plenty of time, 55 out from goal. Time to have a little fumble, regather himself, but the kick to the top of the goal square has been cut off by the Tigers on the last line of defence.
And Kemp's come off there. Stanley, he looks a bit tired. I think he's a bit sore as well, so whatever happened up there in that ruck contest has probably had an effect on him.
Ooh, almost a chance there for Nyirripi to capitalise on the Tigers getting the ball out of defence, but the free kick was given away. William Burt, who's taken it for the Tigers, and now they've got time and space out on that far side of the ground once more. Kick is pretty good to the half-forward flank. Now they bring it back into the middle. There's Patrick Abbott, gathers on the first bounce, sells a little bit of candy, now gets within goal-kicking range, 40 out directly in front, and he has missed. Doesn't happen too often, he normally nails them.
Just a little step, got around the player, had a shot. Bit unlucky there.
Nyirripi with the kick in. Lukey Gallagher's taken the mark. One of the Demons' best today. There's not much of him. He's gone for the torp to try and get the distance with the footy up towards the wing. Nyirripi a chance to knock this one forward. Shane Brown in the box seat. Keeps it going in the Demons' direction. Now a chance to hold it up at half-back, the Tigers. Oh, player ducked into the tackle. The umpire still paid it as high. Advantage given as well. I don't know if there was much advantage there at all. Ball now picked up by Watson Williams for Nyirripi. He gets it up towards their attacking 50, out wide, just inside the boundary line. Big Warwick Williams comes in, nose over the footy, gets it out towards Lance Turner, who left the footy behind as well. And now it's over the boundary for a boundary throw-in.
I think the Areyonga players looked up and seen him coming. I don't think they wanted much of the footy there.
I think Lance has got a bit of steam up. I reckon it's just get out the road and let him go.
I think I'd be feeling the same.
Brumby goes to the back with the ruck tap. Beautifully read by Kieran Michaels for Nyirripi. He has a shot in towards goal. It's offline, through for one behind, but that's nice play from the captain.
Yeah, really good play. Now they've got themselves in a good position where they can start kicking some goals and get some scoreboard, get some bit of confidence beyond the scoreboard.
Sharon Larry was involved out there on that far side wing to get the footy from the back flank to the wing, and now the next pass forward. It's a good one taken by Nathaniel Dejana. He kicks it inside the attacking 50. Big Gordon Long runs onto it. Oh, his pass was good. It was just dropped out of the fingertips by the marking target. Ball spills free. They got numbers everywhere. Quick snap in towards goal. He's offline and through for a behind.
Could have been dangerous there. I think if they worked it out a little bit more with a bit more voice and a few quick handballs, they probably would have kicked a goal there. But good defence by the Nyirripi Demons.
So Areyonga 12-8-80, Nyirripi 2-4-16 Power and Water scoreboard as Nyirripi try to pick their way out of defence. A couple of short passes, ball still inside the defensive 50. Howard Sampson with it, went looking for Lukey Gallagher, got hands on it but couldn't complete the mark. 2-on-2 in the middle of the ground, and coming away from that contest is the number 2 for Areyonga, Aaron Tiger. It's kicked forward, maybe free kicked after disposal. No advantage given though, just as Patrick Abbott plonks one over the goal umpire's head.
He made up for the other one.
He's pointing to the umpy too, going, look, give me advantage, I've kicked it. Looks like the umpire's going to insist. The footy comes back though. He hasn't got his name on the goal kicking list yet, Patrick Abbott. He has played midfield all day.
He's supplied probably
plenty,
maybe 8 of their goals to their forwards. So
he's going to end up with the being the player with the footy.
Yeah.
To have the set shot at goal here, I'm not so sure it should be his.
The rotations from the Areyonga side, two coming off, 2 going on.
The timing's good too.
Yes.
There's a little hold up in play.
Yep.
You got a chance to even take a defender off and get a defender back and not be caught one short.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good coaching.
Alfie Kamala behind the coaching range. I didn't think it was going to be Patrick Abbott's kick, but he's going to receive the little handball back anyway. Now he'll try and get around the man on the mark. He's running the second tackle, taken high. He can go back now and maybe just within his range. Again, a good defensive effort by Nyirripi though. They were up to it. It was just the arm slipped over the shoulder in the tackle.
I think they're onto the point where if Patrick Abbott gets the footy, we've got to pressure him.
So Abbott be right on his range. Will he pull out a torpedo? A noted goal kicker over the years. I think we could go right back to him being an under-17, winning the country competition under-17, leading goal kicker award for the league. 48 metres out, he's given that one everything. It's a terrific kick. No commentator's curse there. Patrick Abbott puts it through. Great goal from 50 out.
What a great goal, and you know, he deserves it thoroughly. He's had a big game today, and for him to finish like it's deep into the third quarter, and he's still kicking from outside 50. So it shows you a bit about his fitness, and look, to finish like that, it's to his credit.
Be hard to leave him out of the medal votes today. It'd be very, very hard. He could almost put his feet up now and still sneak in. I think
him and Coulter, they've been fantastic. Areyonga out of the centre, played midfield most of the day too. Those two guys.
Areyonga 13-8-86, Nyirripi 2-4-16, a 70-point lead to the Desert Tigers on the Power and Water scoreboard. Big Lance Turner's come up to the wing here for Nyirripi.
Oh,
this could be a centre clearance coming.
This could be.
He might not get the ball, but they could all clear out of the centre. Certainly a fair bit of time being taken here.
Yeah, it's
waiting for this centre bounce.
Because of the new rule with the six in your
the
back
6-6-6.
line. 6-6, yeah. And they have to get the numbers right. Oh.
I know there's a warning in the big league. Are we just not paying free kicks here? We just saying, all right, look, let's just wait till you get it right.
I reckon it's good too that the umpires are taking their time, because it's going to take some time to get used to.
I'd hate to see a game decided by it.
Yeah.
Clifton Brumby, 2 punches of the footy. One before the ruck contest and then one after it bounced. He got the footy towards centre half forward for the Desert Tigers. They're working overtime in the back line. Morton Peters there for Nyirripi. So too Ian Brown, who's busted his backside all day. Clive Coulthard taking the ground just as he got his hands on the footy for the Tigers. The ball spills out towards Michael Nallai, the veteran. Shrugs off one tackle. Can't get rid of the second one though. Holding the ball, the decision. Nyirripi's way with the advantage. Given now a high tackle anyway.
Tough footy, Stan. Tough footy in there.
Now advantage. Kieran Michaels takes it. He has 2 bounces and streams through the centre. Kicks inside 50. Looking for the big enigma. Warwick Williams on the lead out from full forward. They had 2 jump against him. It's gone to ground just inside the 50 now for Nyirripi. But it looks like the Tigers should be able to get it out. Steady hands of Nathal Dejana. Gets it over to Wayne Jackety. And now they kick towards the wing. And
great skill.
Yeah, nice stuff, Sean Brumby. But the foot passing spot on again. Brumby sells a little bit of candy there in the middle, runs to centre half forward, kicks it deep inside the attacking 50. Oh, courage. Yeah, big Sebastian Wilson. I think the free kick was given and now the advantage has been given. So Josiah Fry on the burst out of the back line for Nyirripi, kicks it out towards the wing. Oh, nice stuff there by Jarvis Gorey. Good control of the footy with the hands and a nice step, and then the pass was a good one too. It has been spilt further forward by Dwayne Brown. Still time for him to get it onto the boot. In a dangerous spot here for Nyirripi, if they can just get hands on it. The Tigers not allowing that to happen, although the kick out of defence isn't a good one. Jarvis Gorey's taken the mark. Harold Jarrah couldn't quite clear him. Gorey plays on the handball over to Lance Turner. One step torpedo. Footy sails towards the top of the goal square. Ball off hands, bobbled out of the Nyirripi hands and into the hands of the Tigers. And Clayton Carroll will run it out of defence and get the kick out to the far side wing, where Joe Nipper continues to be busy. Pretty handy game today.
I was just going to make comment about Wilson in the back line. He done really well to get back there and defend and get his body and got the free kick.
Tigers deep in attack again and passing it around. Nice effort there by Michael Nallai to get it over the top to Francis Batteringa. And he should be able to kick one here from only 15 metres out.
Yeah, and then Areyonga, half back, coast to coast, up to their forward line. Fantastic.
Just before three-quarter time, about 30 seconds before three-quarter time, and Francis Batteringa gets his second goal on the board. And Areyonga moved their score on to 14 goals 8. Nyirripi are 2 goals 4 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Again, one of the highlights of the passage, the foot passing as they move the ball from defence to the forward line.
And look, I played a lot of footy with Western Aranda, nearly 3 to 4 years, and that was one of their traits, when they played together, they ran and kicked the footy really, really well. And you could see some of those traits out here today.
Probably Alfie and Kamala passing some of that on too, that Western Aranda connection there.
Definitely.
So three-quarter time, Areyonga 14-8-92 leading Nyirripi 2-4-16 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Quickly the goal kickers before we have a break and then come back for the final term. For Areyonga, 2 goals each to John Mulder, Francis Batteringa and Gordon Long. 1 apiece for George Mulder, Ronnie Abbott, Michael Nallai, Shannon Larry, Jamie Kitson, Nathaniel Dejana, Joe Nipper and Patrick Abbott. Gets the other one. For Nyirripi, 2 goals they've kicked, 1 each to Warwick Williams and Lance Turner. So a 76-point lead to Areyonga at three-quarter time. You're watching local Central Australian football action on ICTV. 1 more quarter to go, and we'll be back with that very, very soon.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community.
Hey, what are you doing? Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Your eyes are really, really important. They help you see your friends, football, and your family. Trachoma is a disease that can really hurt your eyes, and you can even go blind. Lucky, it's easy to stop by keeping your face clean, blowing your nose, and washing your hands. You keep your eyes healthy and strong. And remember,
if your face is dirty, wash it.
Clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On Territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive careful. Especially in bad weather. Be extra careful in heavy rain, dust storms, bushfires and strong winds. If the weather is bad, you might slow down. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big orally. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound.
Go and run for league and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the league. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for lynx too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
Hey Nev. Hey Toby, this is Milpa. Milpa's helping all the kids have strong eyes so they can play footy like us.
Oh yeah, is that because there's still some trachoma, making kids' eyes sick?
That's right, and stopping trachoma is easy.
Is it? How?
All you have to do is blow your nose, wash your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
It's like washing your hands after going to the toilet. We do it all the time, even if we can't see the germs.
So Nev, by cleaning your face, you stop germs from snotty noses and mucky eyes spreading?
Yep.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Batchelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Batchelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
ICTB, showing our way.
The telecast of this game is brought to you by Power and Water. Power and Water Corporation, supporting local football and saving water.
This is ICTV's coverage of the 2019 AFL Central Australia footy season. Almost ready for a start to the final term of today's Community Cup competition game between Areyonga and Nyirripi. And it's the Areyonga Desert Tigers leading at the final break. A commanding lead, 14-8-92 to Nyirripi, 2-4-16 on the Power and Water scoreboard. Stan Coombe and Sean Cusack in commentary. Sean, Nyirripi just need to battle this one out best they can. Obviously the premiership points are gone. They've got an eye on next week and the week after as well.
Yeah, that's it. As a coach, you just tell them, you know, just play the quarter out, do the best you can, and if you get a couple of goals, you know, you might set your team a couple of goals to kick a couple, you know. So it'd be interesting to see what happens here.
Nice touch. Some of the viewers might have picked up on the screen there out on the wing. The two players there from opposition clubs just giving each other a little bit of a hug. Lukey Gallagher and John Mulder. Good to see that sort of sportsmanship. Nyirripi get the ball forward. Brown on the burst. One bounce. It's Dwayne Brown. Kicks in towards goal and it's just missed through 4-1 behind. Great start for the Demons there.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what we're hoping that they do kick, you know, get a couple of goals for them. They've travelled a long way to come in and play footy, and it'd be nice for them to finish off with a couple.
So Areyonga Desert Tigers, one thing they've been able to do today is move the ball swiftly from one end of the ground to the other, and it's normally down that Todd Road side of the ground, and that's exactly what they're doing again. Wayne Jackety with the footy. Gets it up to the half-forward flank. Next little kick around the corner, out in front of Dickie Dixon. Didn't get the bounce that he was looking for, but his teammate came in to assist. Michael Nally, the veteran, getting a bit of footy. Oh, has a bounce while they're right on his tail. Little kick away, partly smothered. Patrick Abbott in there, so too Nally again. Got a kick away, went 2 metres, but it went into the hands of Abbott, who delivers beautifully inside 50. And the mark on the chest taken by John Mulder.
They did really well there. They did really well to keep the ball alive.
Well done, Michael Nally. I've mentioned he's a veteran.
Yeah.
I reckon 38 years of age.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good effort there, just to keep it alive. That's his experience, you know. Keep moving the footy forward. Eventually it'll come their way, and it did.
John Mulder looking to become the leading goal kicker on the ground. We've got 3 players that have kicked 2 so far. He's one of them. So after his 3rd goal. Oh, kick straight in the man on the mark, and good work there by Lukey Gallagher guarding the mark. Had a great game. Gives his teammates a little bit of an opportunity here in the Demons. Getting the ball out of defence first with some run and carry, and then the kick over the head of Josiah Fry, who can turn around and run onto it on the wing. Fry goes long and deep, so swiftly they've got the ball from inside their defensive 50, inside their attacking 50 now. The Tigers get some numbers back, and they've certainly got a numbers advantage on the half back line as they bring the ball back out.
Yeah, another good kick.
Another good smother.
Well done by Nyirripi there.
It's a couple now in a row for Nyirripi, so that's good pressure from them. They haven't chucked in the towel. That's good to see. Harold Jarrah with the mark, back flank, grandstand side for the Tigers. Well done, well read. Shane Brown there, seeing what was on and intercepting for Nyirripi, and a bullet-like pass too to Clayton Stevens. From centre half forward, he goes looking for big Lance inside 50. Lance makes sure it comes to ground. Not the fleet-footed crummer there. It's Warwick Williams. He picks it up, slams it onto the boot, into the goal square. 2-on-1 in the Desert Tigers' advantage, and that'll allow them to clear off the last line of defence. Some good run. A nice kick too. Patrick Abbott, another possession for him. Bought his own footy today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Foot passing again, superb.
Look at that.
So they get it up to the attacking 50, and again they've done it in the blink of an eye. The umpire spotted a free kick. Oh, a lot of push and shove going on there. And a 50-metre penalty.
Wilson there just gave him a little bit extra.
The whistle had gone.
Yep.
So John Mulder, who was looking to get his third goal on the board a little bit earlier, but had the kick smothered. Well, I reckon he'll be making sure he gets this one over the man on the mark from a couple of metres out.
It'll take him right up to goals.
It's interesting it didn't get the man on the mark in the goal square. If it did, he'd be directly in front.
And I think it happened right on 50, I reckon.
All right, shot at goal here. John Mulder looking for number 3, and he has no problems whatsoever, straight through the middle. Areyonga get the first goal of the final term and move on to 15-8-98. Nyirripi 2-5-17.
Yeah, and I think Nyirripi, they're getting it into their forward line now. It's just a matter of taking the opportunities and working really hard. I think the last couple of times they've taken it into their forward line, they probably could have used the ball better and just chipped it over. But look, to their credit, they're actually getting it in there now, and hopefully they'll finish off with a few more goals.
Certainly stemmed the tide in that third term, Nyirripi. They got a couple of points themselves, but they restrict Areyonga to just 3 goals. And look, after the avalanche in the first term.
Oh, it's just so hard to come back from a side like Areyonga at the moment. They're on, and they're playing 4-quarter footy. You know, they got the interchanges, they got the fresh players on and off the ground, and they're doing really well. And Abbott and Coulthard are leading the way.
There's Abbott again in the middle of the ground. Got the handball out to his teammate. Clever kick forward. His teammate was Coulthard, so there's the two of them combining again. Ball on the 50 now. Long kick towards the top of the goal square. Nyirripi got a defender to park himself in the right position there. Howard Sampson, I think it was. Oh, his clearing kick, a little bit dangerous. Just got to the intended target. Next kick has been dropped by Gorey at centre half back. They have got good numbers around the footy. This time Sean Brown, who's been handy. Kicks to the half-forward flank. Lukey Gallagher there. Oh, just knocked out of his grasp by the Tigers. And they're away on centre wing. Caesar Dixon. One bounce, then a little kick up towards the half-forward flank. Here's where they link up. Sean Brumby goes inside 50. Just overcooked the kick. And Howard Sampson takes a mark in defence and clears for Nyirripi. Gee, over the head of his intended target too. There at centre half back. Nice pick up by Dickie Dixon. So kick to kick here as Areyonga drive it deep inside the attacking 50 once more. Plenty of defenders back there for Nyirripi. And that weight of numbers wins out as Josiah Fry picks it up. Ducks through the tackle. Handball out in front of Howard Sampson. Battling his guts out in this last term. Got the soccer. The soccer was smothered. Pack of players over the top of this on the attacking 50 now for the Tigers. Spills out to Michael Nally. There he is again, the veteran. All his kicks are going about 2 metres at the moment, but they're finding someone. And this time, Jamie Kitson sells a fair bit of candy there. A round 3, kick towards goal, has been marked in the goal square.
How good was Kitson? 3 players he got around. He looked like he was struggling there in the end, and then he got around another player.
And I think he wanted to finish it with a goal too, but didn't have the elevation left in the kick.
The legs were too tired. Great effort.
Well, Big Clifton Brumby, he probably deserves a goal too. Whenever he's gone into the ruck, he's made something happen for the Desert Tigers, and from only a couple of metres out, he does make the goal umpire do a little bit of work, but that's a goal. Areyonga get it, and beautifully set up by Kitson.
Yeah, great work by Kitson. You got to give credit where it's due, and 3 players, he beat 3 players, got it into Brumby, and good finish by Brumby.
So the Areyonga Desert Tigers move on to 16-8, 104. Nyirripi 2-5-17. Gee, the percentage swing in this one is going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
It did actually have a little bit of the difference between them both was 11%. Look, this is going to help Areyonga in their quest. If Nyirripi can't win next week, they will have got the percentage to get over them.
Realised that, before during the week and set some targets for their team, set some real goals, because they are playing like they're not slowing down. Doesn't look like they're going to slow down. So.
You can forgive a lot of teams for getting to this point in the game and maybe taking the foot off the pedal a little bit when you're that far in front. No signs of that at the moment from the Areyonga Desert Tigers. It's interesting to wait for the 6-6-6 because we don't have time on in these games, so they're losing a little bit of footy time, playing time.
Absolutely.
Coulthard busting his way through the middle now for the Desert Tigers. Gets a second opportunity, taps it to his own advantage, taking the ground and holding the ball. Advantage has been given. Big Wilson bounding out of the back line. Gets the kick over the head of Reece Robertson on the half-forward flank. Nipper came out to try and meet him. Robertson gets another opportunity. Taps it to his own advantage. Just doesn't want to pick it up, though, because Nipper's right on his hammer. Oh, there was a heavy body in there. I think Areyonga should get a free kick out of that one. Advantage given. And Patrick Abbott takes off with the foot. He had one bounce. That's not one of his better kicks. He didn't quite connect with that one, but he's still got it to his teammate. Big Clifton Brumby picks it up, caught in the tackle, managed to get the handball away. 3-on-2 here in favour of Nyirripi. Is a whistle gone? Players just stopped there. Oh, Howard Sampson just stopped. Little kick by Kitson, gains a bit of ground for Areyonga. And now Josiah Fry to clean up for Nyirripi. Players look tired. Kick smothered. Spills to Kitson. Kitson runs into the open goal and puts it through for another one.
Just relentless pressure, kept the pressure up, kept working hard, and finished off really good goal there by the Areyonga Tigers. Just their work rates. It's been like that all day, and they will never to give up and just keep putting pressure on the Nyirripi defence. Good work by the Tigers.
Second goal for Jamie Kitson. Been a good solid contributor around the half-forward area. Bit of size for a marking tug, but he does all right when the ball's on the ground as well.
And look, Nyirripi could have had an opportunity up at half forward there, but just a little bit undisciplined there by Wilson, and they probably could have won the footy and then got it down to their forwards. But we learn. Players learn through their experiences.
Sean Kemp going back into the ruck for Nyirripi. He's up against the slimmer and shorter Wayne Jackety. He's got a very good jump. Kemp wins a tap forward. They rove to it beautifully, though, the opposition. Coulthard again. He and Abbott, partners in crime out there today. The kick inside 50 for the Areyonga Desert Tigers. This time the Demons can cut it off and get the ball back out towards their half-back line. Reading it, though, for the Tigers was Wayne Jackety. Jackety kicks inside 50. Nice pass again. Chest mark taken by Michael Nallai. Now can Michael get it from here?
He looks like he's going to have a shot too.
He wants to.
He's got players.
Oh, look at him. They're lining up for him in the corridor, but
he's going
for goal. Michael Nallai always had great skills as a youngster. This time the kick's just offline and through for one behind. He wanted to get one on telly.
He backed himself in. That's what they've been doing all day, the Tigers, backing themselves in.
Yeah. No telecast back when Michael was just venturing into senior football back in the late 90s. So Nyirripi bring the ball back into play. Or they've set Howard Sampson a task. It was a mighty jump there by Sean Brumby. Up extremely high, couldn't hold on to it. The little pass back inside 50 for Areyonga, marked by Patrick Abbott, who can go back and line up for his second goal. Bit of airtime.
Absolutely. Was it Fry who took one earlier on, or was it Brown? And Nyirripi up in the first quarter.
Oh, Kieran Michaels took a nice one too.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick Abbott, we've seen his field kicking today. He's been superb. He kicked one nice goal in the third term. And from his early days, played most of his football in the forward line. Pretty high kicking efficiency going for goal. And that one has just missed. Another point to Areyonga, who move on to 17-10, 112. Nyirripi 2-5-17. It's the Power and Water scoreboard. So we've seen with the 6-6-6, still a little bit of adapting to it. What about the new one with the kicking? They don't seem to be using it much. Everyone seems to be still kicking from the goal square, as we saw then.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, in community footy, it could be a real asset too, because their natural thing is to run. So just getting your head around that, I think you can just take off from that square and actually run the footy. Nyirripi, well done.
What a passage of play.
Yeah, taking it right up to inside 50.
Big Sebastian Wilson involved in the centre of the ground. Reece Robertson was also involved. Vernon Gibson with the footy in his hand. 45 metres out. Even we've got our fingers crossed he can kick this one. Always tried to do the little tricky
Kempson.
look away kick to Kieran Michaels, who's done pretty well in the end too. He might make something of this. 40 metres out. Kick goes in towards goal. Big Warwick Williams underneath it. They tap it out of his grasp. A clearing kick, still under pressure. Kemp should mark on the chest. Spills it. Still time to recover. Has a look at goals, and he misses. Just got a bad wobble as it got near the post.
It would have been nice for him to finish off with a goal. Too, Stan, he's been one of Nyirripi's best today.
Would have been a good reward too for the pressure that their forwards actually put on in that passage of play.
Absolutely, and the skill. Wilson kicked it in there.
Gee, there's a fairly good kick in there. Straight up the middle of the ground and straight into the hands of Sean Brumby. He pops a short kick over the top to Clive Coulthard. Out of he and Patrick Abbott, I think, for best player today. Coulthard back to Brumby again. Also been a good contributor. They're waxing back to Coulthard. Coulthard back to Brumby. Brumby wants to give it back to Coulthard. He does. Coulthard now with the kick. They're finally going to get it to someone else. And it's Patrick Abbott.
No, not someone else. It's Abbott.
Yeah, he's had it all day as well. Inside 50. Josiah Fry threw a little bit of traffic there at half back. And now he gets his kick back towards the wing. Lance Turner waiting underneath it. Takes the mark on the chest. Spotted someone loose up towards centre half forward. The kick was high. The player had to wait a long time for it, then spilled it. Kemp gets there to try and assist. And eventually, Sean Brown comes running away with the football. And that's a good pass to big Warwick Williams, who takes it low to the ground.
Good kick by Brown. Made the big fella get down on his knees and slide in for it.
Ian Brown wanting this one, so he's worked his way out of the back line where he's been all day. He's at the top of the goal square. Plenty of players loose. Sean Brown takes the mark. So similar build, similar look. Sean Brown and Ian Brown, the 3 and the 12. The main distinguishing thing is the little bit of a bun that Sean's got on the hairdo there. 45 metres out directly in front as an exhausted Kieran Michaels heads towards the interchange area for Nyirripi. He's given his all today. Sean Brown's kick. Oh, they've actually done some attacking in this term, just can't get them straight.
Yeah, absolutely. They've kicked a couple of points in this quarter and just haven't capitalised. And most of their opportunities have been, fairly, if, they would have been able to kick them. So maybe fatigue's coming kicked into this now.
3 behinds in this term. Caesar Dixon with the footy for the Tigers. All hail Caesar. His kick been intercepted there by Sean Kemp. Read it well. Ran with the fly of the footy, took the mark. He went for the torpedo. He's got a little piece of that one too, and it spirals deep inside 50. That looked like a very, very good mark for the Tigers, taken by Clive Coulthard.
He had 4 Nyirripi players around him then too.
Bit of courage too with that one. His pass off is good. He's got it to Nelson Perilucha. Perilucha couldn't find the teammate. Through the hands there of Lukey Gallagher. Waiting at the back, Patrick Abbott. Even when he hasn't got the front position, the ball still comes to him. This time the kick didn't find the target immediately, but Wayne Jackety making it look pretty good. He's couple to beat. Second tackle got him. Big Sebastian Wilson laid it. The big fella takes the footy for Nyirripi on the half-forward flank.
How's the courage, Stan? Just in that little bit of play there by both teams.
Ian Brown with the mark on the half-forward flank. Another who's battled hard today. Can hold his head high. Kick went off the side of the boot a bit. Bounces on the attacking 50. Gathered by Aaron Tiger for the Tigers. Little pass over the top to a player loose in the centre of the ground. And the short pass eventually popped over to Gordon Long. He hasn't had a bad day. Time for a fumble, a cup of tea. And he can pick it up and then stroll in towards goal with a couple of bounces. And miss. He had too long to think about it.
Yeah. That's what normally happens too. When you got that much time, you sort of relax a little bit and take that momentum off the footy, and you normally kick a point or an out of bounds in the full.
So the Tigers move their score on to 17-10 or 17-11. Nyirripi are 2-7-19. Power and Water scoreboard.
Yeah, there's a few players on their sitting down at the moment.
On their last legs.
Had enough, I think.
Good kick in. Mark taken by Howard Sampson for the Demons. Oh, he's been called to play on after just wandering around off to the side of the mark. Patrick Abbott came at him. Sampson gets his kick into the middle looking for Ian Brown. couple to try and beat there. Jamie Kitson is one of them.
Oh,
He
he's
couldn't
done
pick
well.
it up. Gee, Brown, his second, third efforts. There's another one too. Pushed his opponent off the foot. He picked it up. Little handball over the shoulder was good to Lukey Gallagher. Gallagher gave it off to Watson Williams, and he kicks to the half-forward flank with Josiah Fry takes the mark. Take a bow, Ian Brown. Persistence paid off. They're lining up here for Fry in the middle and out wide. He chooses out wide to Lukey Gallagher. Gallagher with a mark. Players loose in the forward pocket. The kick goes in that direction. The defence has woken up to it now for the Tigers. Get some numbers around. That might be a high one.
Yeah.
Barry Georgopoulos, the umpire, the gorgeous octopus, sticks out a tentacle and puts the man on his mark. So Clayton Stevens to shoot for goal for Nyirripi. We'd love to see them finish off the game with one. They've certainly worked hard to get one in this last term and been unlucky. Clayton Stevens' kick looks very, very good. Oh, poster.
Nice off the boot.
Wasn't it? It's not Nyirripi's day. 2 goals, 8-20 they move on to. Areyonga are 17, 11, 113, and they get the ball moving quickly out to that far side to Aaron Tiger. And he has a paddock. 2 bounces. Little number 23, haven't been able to call his name today. Didn't have that one down. It might be, I'm not too sure if that name's right. Anyway, as the Tigers do as they please to Patrick Abbott in the forward line, and Patrick Abbott puts his second goal through.
Yeah, just tired legs now. A lot of the new players are coming off. Had a big day. They've worked tirelessly, but Areyonga fitness, they must get right into their training out there because it shows, and they've still got a lot of run in their legs. They use their team very well. Just had so many numbers across that side of the field then as well, and just linked up really well.
Tigers 18, 11, 119. Nyirripi 2, 820 Power and Water scoreboard. They're looking to get that 100-point margin there. It's right on 99 at the moment.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised, Stan, that they actually spoke about this during the week, and they spoke about where they were on the ladder, and they actually came out and went, you know, we've got to really do this, and we've got to get a good percentage.
Well, they've probably done more than what they needed to do in the percentage stakes here. They've sealed the deal percentage-wise. Now it's a matter of, gee, they'll be here barracking for Titchikala against Nyirripi next time around.
Yep,
and then if they can win their own game, they're in. Clive Coulthard's gone into the ruck. Gets the tap down to Dickie Dixon. Dixon with the ball forward to Aaron Tiger. Here they go again, streaming forward. Inside 50 now, Tiger. The pass is a good one. Loose players everywhere now.
That's superb footy there.
Francis Banarinja, as the final siren sounds, can go for his third goal. It's been a comprehensive win for Areyonga, but he Banarinja now to see if he can put a little bit of icing on top of the cake. 18 goals is a good day out. They're looking for 19. That's pretty good when you haven't got time on. Banarinja puts it through. So Areyonga finished the game off in style, and they played well all day. 19 goals, 11, 125 to Nyirripi, 2 goals, 8, 20. So they did get that 100-point margin, 105 points in the end. Look, not an easy one to analyse, Sean, because basically it was one-way traffic. But, Areyonga have kept their finals hopes alive. And if they can continue that sort of form and actually get into the finals, well, then they could be a threat playing footy like that.
Yeah, they've got a good base of running players, and when they're led by Abbott and Coulthard, Patrick Abbott is a quality player, and when you've got him leading the way and you're sort of not putting pressure on him, he'll get away, and like he did today, and I think he ended up finishing with a couple of goals, but. But it would have been interesting to get some stats on him. He would have been up around 30 touches today, without a doubt. And Coulthard, he was well supported by Coulthard. Like I said, they had always had some good forwards up there with Brumby, and there was another
Long,
Long, he was
target.
fantastic as well. So they had actual targets to kick to, and they presented as well. Like you can always have big guys up there, but if they're not presenting. These guys did, and they did a job today. It was really, really good to watch.
And Patrick Abbott and Clive Coulthard, you mentioned getting stacks of footy. It wasn't just that they got stacks of it, it was how they used it too. The foot passing from those two in particular was a delight to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And Look, for Nyirripi, Fry was fantastic in defence. He played his heart out all day. Brown as well did a really good job up in defence. Look, Wilson did some good things, but he also did some things that probably he'd look at, for future games. But he was instrumental in some of their forward taking the ball from their back line and getting it down to their forwards.
Certainly under a bit of pressure down there, and that back line, they were up against it. It was the Areyonga midfielders were coming at them in waves. Little Lukey Gallagher and Kieran Michaels of the smaller brigade, they certainly can hold their heads high.
Yeah, he was really impressive. It would be interesting to see how old he actually is. Young Lukey Gallagher, he looks really young, but he tracks the footy really well. He's got a good kick on him, and he ran pretty hard today. He worked his backside off, so look, he's only a young bloke, so it'd be interesting to see how old he is. Yeah.
And besides the players that you did mention as the obvious standouts for Areyonga, you could almost look down their list, and there's a stack of blokes that made a contribution. Wayne Jackety, the number 3, who occasionally did some ruck work despite lacking plenty of inches. He got a stack of footy as well. Joe Nipper just kept catching the eye. The little number 22 on the half forward flank just kept bobbing up. Sean Brumby, the number 10, was another eye catcher getting a lot of the footy. Roy Goodwin, Shannon Larry, they've got a lot of those. Not heavily built blokes, but they've got their pace and they've got the skills and they use it well.
Yeah, and they run, and then that was it. We made mention earlier on in the game that Warwick Williams is working. He was winning most of the taps and he had a really good day. But those little fellas around the ground, they were awesome for Areyonga.
We'll give Sean Kemp a pat on the back too. The 2 number 17s we'll finish off with mentioning there, Warwick Williams.
Absolutely.
And Sean Kemp, who also went into the ruck and did some good ruck work. So Areyonga, the final score 1125 to Nyirripi 2820. They started on fire, led by 37 points at quarter time, 56 at half time, 76 at 3/4 time, and the final margin 105 points on the Power and Water scoreboard. Just the major goal kickers for Areyonga, 3 to John Mulder, 2 each to Patrick Abbott, Jamie Kitson, Francis Sabatarinja and Gordon Long, and then there was about 5 or 6 blokes that kicked 1 each, always a good sign. And the goal kickers for Nyirripi, 1 each to Warwick Williams and Lance Turner. Great to be a part of the broadcast today, Sean. Plenty more coming up over the next half a dozen weeks. In 2 weeks' time, Sunday, August 11, back here at Traeger Park for some more Community Cup competition. This time it's round 10, final minor round games of the season, and it's Nyirripi Demons who are now playing for their spot in the finals in that particular game up against the Titchakala Hawks for about 100 kilometres south here of Alice Springs. It will be Titchakala's last appearance for the season. It's been a winless season for the Hawks this year. A little bit unusual too, because I reckon they were in the grand final a couple of years ago. Probably shows you how the wheel can turn a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, cycle, yeah.
Well, great to have you on board, Sean. A big thank you to the entire ICTV crew. Stan Coombe on behalf of them saying thank you very much, and thank you also to Power and Water for their fantastic support of this telecast.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting.
What for?
For big water leak. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community. We finally get you to the leak. Either we can turn it off or go and find the right person if it's bad.
I love going hunting for bush tucker. Maybe I can hunt for links too.
And you can do it too and save the precious water for your community.
What a mark. Thanks, Maisie. Milpa knows it's important to have strong eyes to see the ball. How do you keep your eyes so strong? You get strong, healthy eyes by blowing your nose and washing your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
Yeah, it makes you look really sharp and it stops trachoma.
Wait, what's trachoma?
Trachoma makes your eyes sick. It's caused by germs and the muck in your eyes and snot in your nose.
So it's easy to stop trachoma. I just have to keep my face clean.
That's right. So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
On territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive real careful. Lots of people use the roads and lots of animals too. Roos, camels, buffaloes and eagles can appear at any time, but especially when the sun's coming up and the sun's going down. So slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and you'll arrive in good condition.
Many remote communities are running low on water. Water is precious in our community. Hey, what are you doing?
Just filled up the dog bowl. What are you doing?
I'm going shopping.
Oh, cool. I'll come with you.
Hey, you left the water running. The water's going everywhere, doing nothing. That's a waste. It's all drying up. You need to remember to turn off the outside taps. What can I do to help protect the water? Yep, never walk away from a flowing tap. Always turn it off.
Hey Nev. Hey Toby, this is Milpa. Milpa's helping all the kids have strong eyes so they can play footy like us.
Oh yeah, is that because there's still some trachoma, making kids eyes sick?
That's right, and stopping trachoma is easy.
Is it? How?
All you have to do is blow your nose, wash your face whenever it's dirty.
True.
It's like washing your hands after going to the toilet. We do it all the time, even if we can't see the germs.
So Nev, by cleaning your face, you stop germs from snotty noses and mucky eyes spreading?
Yep.
So remember, clean faces, strong eyes.
Bachelor Institute offers training and education in community or on campus in Alice Springs and Bachelor. Courses include media, construction, health and many others. To find out more about what we can offer you, free call 1800 677 095.
You're watching ICTV showing our way.
The telecast of this game is brought to you by Power and Water. Power and Water Corporation, supporting local football and saving water.
Many remote communities are running low on water.
Water is precious in our community. What can I do to protect the water? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm hunting
What for?
for big orally. It's just like hunting for a bush tucker. Saving this water, it's more precious than bush tucker. See the track and listen, you can hear the sound.
Go and hunt for leak and save the precious water in your community.